Well, hello YouTube. So here it is in all its glory, the Staccato P4.5. Got this early. Actually had it yesterday. Picked it up yesterday morning and was hoping to get this thing on there yesterday. And while I was at the gun store, I got this Defender ST. Interestingly enough, the Vortex XL would not fit on here. That's what I wanted to put on here, but it wouldn't. It was hitting the front sight posts here, or the rear sight post here. Anyway, yeah, so kind of cool. Just starting out a channel here and trying to get you guys some info on these new release things here. But apparently my gun store had other ideas for me. So they were installing this green dot here, this Vortex ST green dot here, and they over-tightened one of the screws here and busted the tool off in it right at base level of the hex head. So, didn't quite make it there. Anyway, thought I'd show it to y'all here. I've got the XC, and it's actually, really nice. I do like the XC, seems to be the benchmark for everything else. Everybody's like, well, this gun's better, that gun's better, Atlas is better, etc. But the truth is, it's a lot cheaper than that, and it performs pretty well as well. So, great gun. I held the P4 in the store a couple times, actually, just checking it out. Wasn't really sure how I felt about it, kind of wanted to, I was thinking really hard about getting that Staccato C, the C24 model, the one that came out in 24. I really like that. But, I shot the P4 and I was like, man, the trigger on this thing is actually not bad. I know it's a Series 80 trigger, but, it is not bad at all. The trigger pull on it is just, it's real nice. I mean, you come up the wall here. I've heard people call it crunchy and this and that. It's actually pretty smooth. See if you can hear it. Sounds like a little clock ticking, and then you're at the wall and squeeze, and it's good. I mean, the trigger's light. It's actually really nice. It's very nice. So can't complain too much about that. Comparing this to an XC, that's just a whole different animal. Maybe this is something you would compare to like a P trigger or something, but this Series 80 trigger, that's drop safe, even though I'm not myself overly concerned with that. Not definitely, I guess, a thing for police departments, military, things like that. They want those kinds of contracts to get in there, and do that. So, but very smooth. The gun's really smooth, really nice. I like it. I like the way that it feels in my hand. Feels pretty good. It feels very comfortably like the Glocks that I have, and I shoot those very well. And I can shoot those pretty fast and staying on target. So it's kind of nice to have that comfortable or that familiar feel, when you're for your grip and everything else. But, you got, like, to me, and I said the grip angle didn't really change, but to me, it kind of feels like the Glock. It feels like the Glock grip angle. It feels very familiar, but the difference being that with this, you've got this little ledge here, so it's something you can rest your thumbs on, if that's what you like to do, as a kind of a gas pedal, like a built-in gas pedal. Also has these ribs on the sides of the barrel, supposed to help with keeping it lubed, clean, that sort of thing. When I ordered this, I got it with the X slide cuts here, the DLC barrel. What I didn't pay, and the Trijicon sights there. So you got a blacked out rear, and you've got that yellow dot front with a Trijicon night sight in there. And it's pretty nice there. So anyway, lost my train of thought there for a second. Thinking about this sight. But anyway, so I had the explorations on here, DLC barrel. What I didn't expect here was this hand grip, or I'm sorry, the magazine well. So typically, I mean, on the P4s I've seen, there are HD, P4s. There's not a mag well on it. So when I got this, I was really kind of surprised it had one. And I'll tell you, after holding the P4, our P4, this HD P4.5, it's really nice. It really, just, it's like perfect fit for my hand. So it's the same size grip as on the HD P4, and it feels pretty much the same, but this magwell really makes it feel really nice in the hand to me. So I think if it was up to me, and obviously in this case it was, I decided not to get the P4, HD P4. I decided to wait and get the HD P4.5, and was hoping to get it out to y'all yesterday, to be one of the first out, to show off my new toy here. I'll get some range time on it, but there's already some guys that are big guys out there that have already, beat me to that and got to the range this morning. I would have been able to do that had the gun store not have broken this off. Usually I install these kinds of things myself, but they do it for free when you get it at the store. So I just went ahead and had them do it right on the spot so that I could get back and do a review and then be out there shooting this morning. So anyway, regular guy here, I'm not a big YouTube big shot out there, like some of those guys are. But I was lucky enough to get one of these very early in the first release here, before they actually go regular public release on July 1st. So I was hoping that, if you were considering getting the HD P4, or the HD P4.5, to see it in the hands of someone that, isn't a big shot gun tuber. Not that we all don't have aspirations, but, just to give you a kind of a regular guy, look at this. And I have a number of guns, so we'll be doing some reviews and things like that, and show some of this stuff off, in a little bit more of a regular manner, to kind of do some comparisons and things like that, to give you guys some first looks and things in the future here, hopefully. But pretty soon I'll be out there shooting this. I'll shoot this against, some of the other guns, kind of talk about the feel, especially the Glocks. This is going to compare a lot to that feel, but it's going to be heavier. Now, of course, on my Glocks, I do have the tungsten insert in there, so it really weighs it down, makes it feel a lot heavier, but there is a big difference with this weight and then this weight in the front. That's what I wanted to wait for on this, was the weight in the front, to have this island block sight. I called Staccato. I talked to them about it, and they said there is a significant difference here. I've seen some of that at the Las Vegas shows, where the guys were out there shooting and they were talking about it, where they got to get some first shots out there, and they said that the 4.5 shot really, really nice. So I decided to go ahead and wait and grab this. And I'll tell you, after having it now, unless you just need a half-inch shorter gun, I think I would just spring for this one. It's a couple $100 more, I think, but I think this is probably a better way to go if you're looking at getting one of the HD, P series, P4, or P4.5. I'd look at getting the P4.5, like I said, unless you're just needing something that's a half-inch shorter. I think this one outdoes the other one here. And we'll get some shots on this this weekend here and give it a test, see how it does out on the range. I'm sure it'll do just fine. And that's all I have for you all today. Hope you enjoyed. If you'd like this video, please like and subscribe. There will be definitely more coming. All right, guys, I wanted to add one more thing here for y'all to see. I've seen some reviews here, some guys that talked about these guns, the HD series of the new Staccato here, and they complained about seeing tooling marks on it and all this stuff. Said it looks like they were just cranking them out, poor quality control. I've seen a couple of gun tubers actually talking about that, and kind of doing some hating on Staccato, and that's fine. They're expensive. We get that, but I'll tell you, I'm looking at this now and seeing this, and I'll tell you all, I'm looking at this thing and I see this. You see what I see here with these quote tooling marks. If you look on the side of this gun, it's still got a little oil on it. That's what that little fog is on the side. It's got a lot of oil on it. It comes very oiled. But this is smooth as can be, man. I mean, this is like, it's just smooth. It doesn't get any smoother than that. It is nice, very well machined. So I'll turn it around here and you can see the top. Very well machined. I mean, there is no machine marks on that whatsoever. It is flat. Now, if you get back into that little like groove that's on the side, little 45-degree groove. You got that same exact pattern that you see on the other side in the same exact dimensions as it is on this side. Looks like a stripe going down it because the light's really hitting that, quote, tooling marks. But I'll tell y'all, that's not a tooling mark. That is, I mean, like, as a mistake. That is on purpose. I mean, it's patterned. It looks exactly, that's a pattern on it, on the gun. So, again, perfectly smooth in here. I mean, you don't see anything in here. This is perfectly smooth. It's just that they put this pattern on there, and I think some people took advantage to say that these were tooling marks and poor quality control and all this, but I can tell you all, this is not poor quality control. I'm not a huge Staccato fanboy or anything by a long shot here. You know, I own an XC, and I own this one, and I'll tell you, it looks real good. There's no issue here. I have no issue with that. That is, to me, that is on purpose. And I'll bet you when you see other folks' channels, you know, posting these and showing this gun off, you're going to see this exact same thing on there. But definitely not just random tooling marks from, you know, bad manufacturing practices here. I mean, if anything, as a fanboy, I mean, I actually like my Glocks. Like I said, shoot them very well. I really, really like them. Actually, I like CZ a lot as well. I got a CZ Shadow 2 Orange, and I love that thing. It's ridiculous. Very good gun. So anyway, I got this to show y'all, and like I said earlier, wanted to kind of be first out there with this. It looks like I still got beat out because my local gun shop, you know, they broke off a tool inside of the optic and had to keep it overnight to get that out because I couldn't even get it out. So you know, I should have just left it with them in the first place. So that's just a note to everyone. You go to a gun store, if you can install your own optics, you know, I don't know who you're trusting. Maybe ask them if there is actually going to be an armor there instead of just one of the store employees going, oh, I can screw an optic on, you know, because that's what they did here, and then broke it, and cost me a day of getting this online for y'all to see. So, all right. Thanks for watching, everyone. And if you like this, just like and subscribe, and there will be more content coming soon. Thank you.